Hello. Okay. So Nat wants B for the owl. We could work on that. Yeah, we could put knitting. We can put knitting. Do we want to change out anything else? Because no one else has voted. Only Nat did. Oh, we could do diamond dotting. Why don't we... Should we take out the cat couch? Or coloring for the diamond dotting? Also, hello everyone. Hi, Emily. Hello, Sharn, AC, Allison, Raccoon, Tigress, and Nat. Hi, girly. Artie, I am so freaking proud of you, girly pop. Because that stupid auto feeder really gave you a scare, and you're not ignoring it. Come here. You would like to go to the cat couch? You got it. 50 stream streak. Streaking. Heyo. Hi, girls. Both my girls are here. Take off coloring. Okay. Perfect. Okay. So then AC and Nat, Nat told me. AC, where do you want your points to go? Hi. I was at Grandma's today. Alrighty. I went to check out the place that my parents are, like, renting. They're having all kinds of issues with that. Let me tell you. And silly streaking. Oh my gosh. So many streakers. Okay. So their house is coming along. I did not take any pictures of the inside, but it is like drywalled. It needs like painting, flooring, like the walls are up. It's just not like there. That's it. The walls are up. But that's okay. It's getting there. It's moving very quick. They think that they should be in like 2 months. So, yeah. Ho-ho. Yeah, you can't eat that. That's not yours. It will close on you. I ended up reaching out to the company. This was like one of these really irritating things for me. Hi, Petrichor. It is very quick. There was no phone number to contact the company that makes the auto feeder. Fine. Just an email. Super. Because earlier today, it's registered to both the collar and her microchip, right? and it is set to close. It's left on open all the time. It is set to close if Pippin goes in. Not if Artemis goes in. Artie does not need the collar, anything on in order to open it. It will stay open unless Pippin goes in, because Pippin's chip is not registered. So she was eating. She was being so good and so brave, and then she went back and started eating again, and it closed on her. So she stopped eating. So I don't know. Yeah, I contacted the company and I'm like, what are we doing? Anyway, I got this kit off of Amazon because it seemed like a nice little, like, I know how to embroider. I know very basic embroidery, right? I know, you know, looking here, I can do, you know, some of these like spinny ones. I know how to do, you know, chain running. Like, I know how to do these. But some things I've never learned. Of course, as soon as I turned the camera, she stopped. She's been like digging in there. Anyway, I thought it would be fun to maybe try and learn some of these different stitches. And I figured we could take a look at this kit, because I could let you know if it's any good. It is poop o'clock. In my office. I had gotten this when it was on sale a long time ago. And this is like a whole, like, this is like everything, right? So there's like a bunch of pictures, gallery of stitches. And then if you're like, wow, I want to learn how to do this butterfly chain. Okay, that's on page 68. And then you go to page 68. Ta-da! There it is. So I thought that was cool too. But I figured we could do this guy. It has, and then this one, like this was a nice little kit. It came with needles. It came with scissors and a little threader for your needle. That's a cutie little flower. And then I think that it came with these too. Yeah. Which were like, okay, here's some more advanced stuff. And then congratulations, here's your first, like, you've learned all the stitches, now put it into practice. Let me see if it's still on Amazon, because you know how these things tend to come and go. Streaking! Also, it's a wood hoop, so I wasn't sure because the hoop was buried. I'll grab a plastic hoop. Wood hoops are nice for display. I don't really like stitching in them because they don't tighten as nicely. Like, they tighten, they just don't. Currently unavailable. I mean, this is the link. Boop. But I'm sure you could find more like it. Alright. Last time I cross-stitched, it was on a Pokemon card. I saw someone do that recently, and I thought that was cool. No, that's fine. My hives are acting up. I don't know why. But I'm trying really hard not to crash out over it. I'm itchy again, and... I thought I was gonna have to cut these! They're pre-cut! Oh, you love to see it. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I don't know. It could be that. I didn't even think about that. It's just like... I haven't been able to wear my watch. I've been covered in calamine lotion, although I didn't put any... on my feet or lower legs because they weren't bothering me as much, but they've been like more bothersome as the day has gone on, so maybe I will. I don't know. All right. I don't know if I want to use my hoop stand or if I want to stitch in hand. We're going to find out. Let's find out. No. None of... I don't know. Have I cross-stitched since my desk has been in this setup? Maybe. Yeah, I think so too, but I'm like, what did I do? Because everything feels bad. Maybe I'll put it this way. There we go. That can work. This will work. Thanks for the lurk. All right. No legs. Okay. All right. Can't see legs you don't have. Right. Exactly. I'm just kind of curious, like, I'm looking at their instructions to see how... Oh, they literally have it said that you're going to write, like, you're going to embroider all of the words. Like, backstitch all the words. I don't think I care. I'm not going to be displaying these. This is like refresher and learning for a few different things, you know? Like, I could understand if you were displaying it, but... Okay. Also, they have... And I understand that it's, you know, oh, it's pretty. I'm not doing all those color changes. Nope. I think red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black. Done. We're gonna work around. I'm not, I just... Yeah, camera. You're already so crappy. Getting something like this as a refresher? Yeah. It's not expensive, like, if you get one like this. And it comes with everything, which you guys know, love having that. This is very soft floss. Is this not cut? Oh my god. Is it? I don't know. Okay. We're fine. Everything is awesome. Is it bad? Oh, that sucks. Is it like a plastic one, or like what about it do you not like? Like, I remember one of the little, like, the character books that I get a lot of times, right? Like the Star Wars crochet kits that I do for my brother. And he got me like a Harry Potter one, and one of my mods had gotten me one of those back before, in the before times, you know? And the Harry Potter one was cool because it came with a little crochet hook that looked like a wand. It was not a good crochet hook though. It's a really cute one to like keep and like display, but it was flimsy and plastic and no. Yeah, it was a terrible hook. Cute looking. Terrible hook. Alright. I mean, the urge to like fill in the straight stitch squares. It's a little high, but I won't because I don't want to run out of thread. Straight stitch, you go down at one spot and then you come up in one spot and you go down in another. Ta-da, a straight stitch. I saw that. Yeah, they announced it for like Mother's Day. It's cute. I messaged my person at Woobles and I was like freaking out about the My Little Pony one. And I was like, did you make that one? And she's like, no, that one they started right when she started her maternity leave. And I was like, oh, I love it. Oh. So they make a tool, silly, that you can use to measure what size your hooks are. And they're not expensive, but you could also take the hook with you to Michael's. Saren! Hello! If you take the hook with you to Michael's, you could also just use one there and see what size it is. Okay, how is this for ADHD for you guys? Okay? The other day when I was... Evidently, when I moved the buttons I was using, I knocked over the paper stars strips, and I noticed it, and instead of picking it up, I just noticed it. So the paper star strip was on the floor, and I was like, I know exactly where that is. But do I know where my 3-hole punch is? I do not. I do not. But yeah, like you could take it with you and measure it at the store. Saren, how was your stream? I'm so sorry I missed it today. I actually went to visit my parents, which was so nice. Like, they're less than 20 minutes away, so I was able to, like, go and say hi, and we had lunch, and I got to hang out with Maggie, and they showed me, like, we went to go check out their new house, which is, like, a work in progress, and then I was still able to come back and stream. They're so close. It's so nice. It's so nice. So sucks. The cats are mad. Yeah. The robins and starlings are all freaked out. I feel like that's one of the things that I always get the most sad when the weather gets crazy like this, is all the animals and the plants and nature that's just like, what is happening? But thank you so much for the raid. What were you working on today? Chat voted today that we finally do this embroidery stream, which honestly fair because next month is St. Jude. And this was promised from a previous St. Jude stream, so we'd love to see progress being made. I can't reach my star jar, so it's gonna sit there. scratch up, yeah. Yeah. So I know how to embroider, but like I can do all of this. Okay? All this stuff, got it. No problem. Some of the other things I have not learned. Some of the other things I need a refresher on, and so I bought like a little kit, and I thought it would be fun to do this together, especially because we might have some people who have never done embroidery before and maybe are interested. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. We just got started. I feel like this whole thing should just come down a little more. There we go. Ooh, I can't wait to see pics. That's me, never embroidered before, interested to learn. I like it because it's simple. The internet has made it amazing because like you could just type in any stitch and get like a little tutorial. I also showed this book that I got that you can find all over the place. It's an older book, so you could probably even find like used copies. But what I really like is that you can look, like it's got everything from like techniques to like the supplies that you need. And then it has a gallery of stitches. And it's literally just like it's just so many different kinds of stitches. And then if you're like, oh, I want to do this basket filling, okay, that's on page 127. And you can go there. And even if like you're a more visual person than like looking in a book, but there's the picture and like the step-by-steps on how to do it. Maybe you don't know the name, but you could now look it up. You could be like, oh, I need, or maybe you look at this and you're like, ooh, I still have questions. Like you now know, okay, this is called the Old Florentine, and you can look that up. So I like it. I got it for like $8, I want to say. But thank you so much for bringing everybody over. I appreciate you. For anyone who's not been here before, welcome. My name is Megan, and I am a neurodivergent variety crafter. I am usually cross-stitching, crocheting, or knitting, but we do other things here, like we play games on Thursdays. Sometimes we do diamond dots, or perler beads, or, I don't know, miniatures. By the way, I reached out to the company that made the light that I like to use for my resin minis to see if they offer like a replacement part. Like, again, it was an email. Never heard back. So I might just have to buy a new one because I can't find the plug. Which really sucks. Because number one, nothing was wrong with the light. Number two, it worked. Like, I don't know if a new one's going to work the same way. I don't know. It's frustrating. Straight stitches are also what's used normally to fill in a big area. So like all of these stitches, those are all straight stitches. The long blue ones, those ones are all straight stitches. It's just that you, like, here, I'll show you. You would basically just go like this and keep going back and forth to fill it in. Instead of outlining it. And right now I'm just using 2 strands. Obviously, if you're trying to fill something in, you can use more. Because like it would take a really long time to fill something in like this, but I mean, we could fill something in if you'd like to see. And unlike cross-stitch fabric, this fabric is normally like a linen, like a woven sort of fabric. There's not holes like in cross-stitching that you're going into. So the needle that you use for embroidery is sharper because you need to pierce the fabric. You wouldn't want to use like a traditional cross-stitch needle, which is normally a little bit more blunt. Oh, I mean, I would say it's going to depend on your fabric because the more threads that you have, the wider the hole is going to be that you pull your thread through. So I would say like 4 for most would probably be max. Like doubling up what I have now. But it depends. If you're using like a bigger canvas, like you can absolutely use more. Like if you're using something with like a wider, it's not as snug as this. Let's see. Boop. Oh, that's gonna be beautiful. That's so pretty. I love seeing you do all of these. This is something that I have never attempted. And it's so interesting to watch and it's so fun to see it come together. That's beautiful. I'll have to watch the VOD back. I'm babysitting Potato tomorrow because my parents are going up to see my cousin. And Maggie has been like really stressed with everything going on, so they didn't want to leave her alone. So they wanted me to like, here, this way you can see where the house is and you can, whatever. So I saw the Potato today. I saw the Potato. Hi Felicia, how are you? Straight stitch, done. Maybe, I don't know, we could fill in a little bit. I've got more thread. Straight stitch, time for the gay stitch. Hey. Look, this isn't even straight. It's a little curved. Finch check? Oh, like the little bird app? Who's straight in this economy? Certainly not I. The fun thing is that, like, all of the fancy stitches are just made up of doing these. Just in different ways. So, like, if you can do, like, this first page, you can do whatever. It is. Yeah, it's honestly, it's like knitting. It's like crochet. If you know how to knit and purl, you can do any knit pattern out there. Some of them are going to be easier than others. If you can do single crochet, then you can learn to do half double, and then you can learn to do double, and then you can, you know, whatever. There we go. Straight stitch, done. Ta-da! Back stitch time. Let's see. I see what they did. Okay. I kind of want to, like... I kind of want to fix this because it's not in rainbow order. Should we fix it real quick? I can also fix all the strands too, so that they're not silly entangling on me. Two different shades of green. Wow. Technically, I just have to move blue and everything will be good. And then I'll have to untangle the green and purple later, but that's fine. That can wait. Guess that's nicer. That's so much more appealing. Love to see it. All right. Does anyone else like this? Is anyone else particular? Gonna move some laundry, no worries. This is a good time to have a friendly reminder that this is not OCD. This is being particular. OCD is not something cute and fun and a catchphrase. Depends on the day. That's fair. Alright. Beautiful. I don't know why we have more of some colors than the other, but we're gonna make do. I mean, at least with, like, what we're doing right now, it doesn't matter. Maybe when we get to, like, some of the fancier stitches, we might have to plan a little bit. But that's okay. Okay. Back stitching. Let's grid out this whole pattern. Let's pick a side and just start. Inside you, there are two wolves. Indeed, and they are both hungry. It is interesting that they're having you backstitch in a circle. Y'all, I have no idea why my cramps have gotten so bad. They were fine. I had a nice time with my parents. I didn't do anything crazy. And I am sitting here right now, like, gritting my teeth, smiling through the pain. I don't know what is going on. I didn't take ibuprofen today, or Tylenol, because I was fine. Right now I'm fine. It's gone. Whatever was going on is gone. Done. We're good. And there it comes again. Like, I don't... What? Oh, yes. I am a perfectionist with anxiety, and it sucks. Sly Fox, what kind of, pattern are you learning on? Do you have a link or a picture of what you are doing for your first one? Because maybe I can help you, like, almost like, no, this is, like, start this way, you know? Seriously! Like, ads are coming up, and I think I might get, like, a little snack, like, have a couple of crackers, and then, like, take some Tylenol. So for back stitching, this is like what you do in cross stitch too. You technically come up away from where you started, and then you go back to where you last stitched. So I love that for you, Elf. Hold on. You'll see a debate about whether the pattern is supposed to fit on the fabric. Why would you have a pattern that... Wait, what? I don't understand. Why would they give you fabric that isn't going to fit your pattern? I think I'm gonna just put this camera on because my face is about to be covered. By the camera. So let me just do this anyway. And now I can grimace all I want behind the camera. To fit the paper pattern. I don't understand. I'm sorry. So like the needle comes up away from where the stitch was. Oh, well the pattern doesn't necessarily have to be accurate, just the stitches. Do you mean like if the pattern is the same size as the fabric? Like the paper pattern? Okay. Let me go take a look. Right. Okay. So what... The paper pattern has nothing to do with the size of the cross stitch. Like if you look at the size of the fabric versus the size of the pattern, it's going to be different. Hey, Allison. Like the paper is normally going to be bigger so that you can see the stitches and the details, if that makes sense. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm going to run real quick and I'm going to get something, a little light snack and take some Tylenol because I'm in really bad pain. This came out of absolute nowhere. So, I'm going to go do that real quick and then I'll be back. Yeah, no, the paper is definitely just made bigger for you to be able to see. Like, it'd be impossible to see if you were stitching something that was the exact same size as the fabric. All right, I'll be right back. Sorry. I'll run ads now. All right. Give me 1 second. Walking back into this room after I had gone to the other ones, I realized I never picked up Pippin's poop. Alright. Little snack was had, Tylenol has been taken. I will be so for real with you. If this does not improve within the next, 10-15 minutes, if I'm still feeling this bad, I'm gonna go curl up and lay down. I am hoping not. Again, I was fine. This really just kind of came out of nowhere. Bodies are like that though sometimes. Sometimes, I have PCOS, which unfortunately means that I have cysts. Normally you don't have a cyst issue during your cycle, but it is not impossible. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. I just, ugh, so stupid. Was that supposed to say same, Saren? Those stitches were messy. Inflammation is in bad. Yeah, I am just... This is very unlike me. Normally, like, the first day is really bad. And then after that, things improve. Like, normally only one day am I taking painkillers. Not that I'm opposed to taking them, it's just that I don't normally have to. Those stitches were messy. You know what? They really are. Most animals reabsorb the lining. They don't shed it. Like, there's a little bit of spotting and mess because they're, you know, it's not an airtight, flawless system. But, like, most animals don't do what we do. In many regards, but regardless. Yeah. I was really excited about this because I know that we have been wanting to do this embroidery stream for so long. Here's the thing. If I don't do a full embroidery stream today because my body is rebelling, we'll do like another one next week for sure. Promise. Honestly, I'm currently like sitting on my feet and like sitting up very straight, and that seems to be helping a little bit, so I don't know. Looks like we're synced up. A lot of us in chat are. Last one didn't hurt, so the next one's probably going to be a pain. Yeah, I've had that too before where it's like, wow, this one was easy, and you're like, oh no. Oh no. And then you have like, sometimes you have a couple in a row that are easy, and then you have a couple in a row that are hard. That's how you sit usually? Yeah. I mean, honestly, with my period, I just sit however is comfortable. Like, I got pajama shorts on. You guys can't see them. I put pajama shorts on because they're more comfortable. I'm like, no. You guys can't see. I was already wearing a comfy shirt today because... Why not? Very loose PJ pants, yeah. So, my issue right now is that my hives have been flaring really badly. And I am terrified that putting a heating pad on anything is going to make them flare in that area because of the heat. Like, I honestly really just want to go lie down in my bed right now with a heating pad. But I can't. Sit on your feet too. Oh no. Not my phone falling. Yeah, for real. I'm very over my body being broken in like a million different ways. Especially because I don't have anyone to fall back on right now. So, like, it doesn't matter if I'm in pain. Cat box has got to get picked up. I mean, not, like, changed, but, like, scooped. Everyone's got to get food. Shrimp up, yeah. Well, you guys saw me yesterday during the Animal Crossing stream. I could not sit still. Oh, I'm glad that chocolate makes it better for you. I do get a very sweet tooth around this time. Like, in the last, like, day and a half, I have demolished this bag. There is 2 more left in here, and that's it. So... And that, if I could take Midol right now, I would, but caffeine also causes more hives. Everything causes more hives. I'm so over this. Like, I'm so over everything being broken and nothing working right and all the animals being sick or having something wrong, and I'm over James being gone. And I'm just, it's really, really freaking rude that my period continues to come while he's not even home. Like, I'm just, ugh, I'm over it. Sorry. It's like, I noticed when I pulled up chat on my phone, I'm like, no, don't fuck this up. Like, this is the most amount of people that I've had here in like weeks, and now I'm crying and no one's gonna come back. Ugh, I have my numbers off because they stress me out, but mobile doesn't care. When you open up mobile, it's like, hi! Guess what? And you're like, oh. This is why we stab things, literally. It's really hard to see this line when there's tears in your eyes because everything's blurry. Stop it, eyeballs. No, and I mean, I know that I've got friends that I can reach out to via text, via phone. It's just different. It's just different not having someone there, like, physically. I don't know. Thank y'all for still being here, honestly. I really do appreciate it. It's been a long 6 months. A lot has changed. It's totally different when you just have you to rely on, yeah. Thank you, Saren. I appreciate it. Yes, so, hold on, wait. I can bring this down even lower because the face camera's not there anymore, so it doesn't matter if it's in the way. There we go. Oops. Sure. Let me adjust this light a little. Maybe. Sure. Okay. So with backstitching, you go away from the stitch that you just did, right? And then you come up and you go back towards the stitch. So like when I come up again, I'm going to come up over here. And then go back towards and you just keep doing that. Now, the reason that I'm doing such tiny ones is because it's a circle. And so in order to make it look more round and less like blocky, if that makes sense, if you do smaller stitches, that helps with like making it appear more round. So sure. No, definitely. If you guys have any questions on these stitches on this page, I know I got these down. Because this, again, this is all that you need in order to be able to do embroidery are these, like, this set of stitches. So straight stitch, back stitch, outline. Even outline isn't necessary as much. Running, couching, couching, I'm not 100% sure pronunciation. I just know what it is. Cross stitch. I've never actually used herringbone, but I can see how it would be used a lot in like borders or like fancy things. And honestly, cross stitch and herringbone stitch are like basically the same. Couching, like a cat couch. Okay. Think of this time alone, or think of this being alone time as time of learning to trust yourself. Oh, golly. No, that's good. Curious. Um, that's good. Yeah, doing it in a circle is kind of mean if you're a beginner. Like, a lot of times when you're doing back stitching, like in cross stitch, you're doing it in straight lines. True, it is. So the couching stitch is actually really interesting. It's one that can be used, if you say you have like cat whiskers. That's like one that I think of. Basically what you're doing with this stitch, here, I'll take this real quick and just show you. And then we'll actually do it proper in a minute. You're just coming up here and you're doing the whole length like this. Okay? Like you're not doing anything. But obviously this is not secure and can snag, especially if you're making it for like any kind of clothing, decoration, whatever. So those little tiny stitches, obviously with this stitch, you don't necessarily have to do them evenly or that frequently. Like some people will just do like 2 on this length, but you're going to anchor it. You're going to come up on one side of the thread and then you're going to go down on the other. And your goal is to make like the tiniest stitch possible. And that's so that this thread is continuous on the top instead of being like a running stitch or a back stitch where there's like a bunch of little tiny nubby stitches. It makes for like a smoother appearance. It's also really good. So, you know, like fancy script writing, like fancy lettering, you know how like people will do that, with like wire even. You could do the same thing where you could lay your thread out in like fancy script and then just add little tacking stitches to keep it flowing. So that it's one full like length of thread instead of a million little stitches. Exactly, Allison. Beads to secure them down. Oh god, now I have a tickle in my throat on top of everything else. Body, I'm not even kidding right now. Get it together. Get it together. Sorry. Anyway. It does look like a sewing machine stitch, doesn't it? Essentially, that is kind of how sewing machines work. Is you have one long thread and then you make little tiny, like, stitches from underneath to like grab them. So technically, yeah, it's kind of the same thing. And yeah, for like beading really long things, I kind of don't know like what to do with this because like I know how to do these. Like, should I keep? But I also don't want to leave like these other circles unfinished. I guess it's just good practice. I don't know. I don't know if people are like, move on. Do the next one. Ooh, dang, Elf, you're cruising. Enjoying doing them all? Okay. I'm gonna grab another cracker. Oh, thank you, Emily. You know, it's funny, like, the things... James, for instance, has, like, a vast amount of history knowledge in his brain. I have crafting knowledge, you know? It's interesting, the things that we store. I'm gonna mute real quick while I eat this cracker, because no one wants to listen to me crunch, but I'm here. It looks like little glasses on the back, because I didn't cut my thread. Okay, these scissors blow chunks. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I could if people are interested. I agree with you. I don't normally cut my strands. I don't know why I did there. Maybe because I liked how the glasses look. I do not normally cut my, like, ain't nobody got time for that. Starting and stopping and starting again. Having scissors that, like, you can't use with both hands is the dumbest thing ever. I've had like fingernail trimming scissors like that before in the past that only worked like if you used your right hand. And I'm like, well, that's great. What am I going to do when I need to use my left hand to cut my right nails? Like, what? Yeah, they're really cute. I love the color. Like, this is a corally pink. I love the color. They're super cute, but you know, honestly, right here feels like there's a good amount of like resistance. It feels like the tips are the no-go. Laundry moved? Hell yeah. I feel like the lighting on this is terrible. Wait, let me... Hold on. One minute. Let me try changing the light in my office. That didn't help. Okay. Nothing happens. I switch to my right and it's perfect. Yeah. The dumbest. Oh, can I just like tell you all, as much as it like sucks right now for them because they're in like a temporary situation, having my parents be closer is so nice. Like, part of me feels really guilty because like the house is, it's different than what they had before. Like, they were waiting and they were originally going to basically get the same exact house that they had where they lived, but up here closer to everybody. Except that that community ended up being an absolute nightmare. They wanted like crazy price premiums on lots, and it was going to be astronomical, and like HOA fees, and so it was just going to be long-term bad. And they're like really excited. They've met a lot of nice people. They really are thrilled, but like, you know, walking around their new space today, like part of me just feels, and I know that they didn't just move up here because of us. But like part of me feels super guilty about it. And I know that again, it was not just because of us. They're now closer. Like, so my cousin, for instance, tomorrow is their last performance in their high school career in the band. Band, choir. I don't remember which one is tomorrow. They have two coming up. They have one that's band, one that's choir. Anyway, where my parents lived before, they might not have been able to go because it's still an hour and a half away from where we live now. About maybe a little less than that, maybe closer to an hour. But because they're here, they're going. And like, I know that that's part of it. Like, that's really, they wanted to be closer to everyone. Like, they're now an hour and a half closer to my brother and Ryan and all of that stuff. So like, I know that it wasn't just like a me thing. It just, as an anxious individual with like, you know, stuff going on, I'm like, it's my fault they left the house they love. And it's like, girl, come on. Oh my gosh, really curious? That's so frustrating. And one half of the pattern. On one half of the pattern, there's 2 lines and 2 arrows off the pattern with symbols to indicate colors. I'm a bit confused, Sharn. If you want to send me a close-up photo, like, you can DM me or open a ticket if that's easier for you, in the Discord. If you want to, like, send, obviously, you know, don't send me the whole thing, but if you want to, like, send a zoomed-in picture of each section, and, like, the key that you have a question of, I am more than happy to look, like, right now, later, whenever, genuinely. I'm not 100, excuse me, this tickle. I'm just not 100% sure, what exactly that all means. Because, like, if you're talking, like, on patterns, there is this a pattern right here? So, like, because the only thing that I keep thinking is, do you mean, like, this arrow? And this line? Because, like, that is your center line. They'll have that. Okay, not that. Yeah, because some patterns have center lines, some patterns don't. And if you've never seen a pattern with a center line, you might be like, what in the hell is this? I'm supposed to do a big, ugly red back stitch across the entire pattern? I don't know if it's the Tylenol. I don't know if it's the way that I'm sitting. But these, like, period contractions are stopping. So, hell yeah. Doesn't mean that they're not going to come back, but do you guys want to see how I'm sitting? This is hilarious, honestly. Okay, hold on. Let me... No legs. Alright, I'm sitting, like, sideways in my chair. One leg under me, one leg up. I have this arm resting on my desk. Like, I am literally sitting at my pattern, like, sideways. I'm not... I should be sitting this way. I'm over here. The light is in my actual... Like, I'm touching my light right now. Like, that's where my light is instead of it being, like, up really high. Like, it's just... It's a disaster, but you know what? I don't feel like, you know, I don't feel like I'm dying right now. Whatever works, exactly. That's where my legs went, yeah. You can take them back, silly. Sorry they have some hives on them, but you can... I don't want them anymore. Yeah, when I played ads, I, like, went and made sure that, like, you know, everything... Again, I don't shy away from this. I use a menstrual cup. If anyone ever has any questions about that, hit me up. You can ask me here in chat. You can send me a DM or a ticket. I'm not embarrassed to answer questions. I made sure that that wasn't, like, you know, wrong, if you will. Not that I thought it was, but I was like, is something amiss? It was not. I can take the hives, okay. Speaking of the hives, it was honestly really funny. I had put on some calamine lotion on, like, you know, the areas that were really badly itchy. And Maggie kept licking them. And I'm like, please stop licking my legs. Please stop licking the lotion. It was so sweet, though, because I forgot all about, like, how Coco was the main leg licker in the household. Patch was he was a kisser, but it wasn't as focused on the legs as she was. She would be like, wow, you just showered? Look at these prime legs. You just shaved? Delicious. And you're like, girl, what are you doing? It's almost as if menstruating is a normal bodily function. It totally is. It totally is. And I know some people are like, that's gross. I don't want to think about that or talk about it. I get it. Actually, I don't get it. I get that it can be off-putting maybe for some people. I guess depending on how they were raised, but to those people, I challenge you to think differently, you know? Because, like, I was raised that we don't talk about that stuff, like, not that it was, like, something to be ashamed about. That was never the case. But just that it was, like, not something that other people, like, I don't know. Like, this would not have been, like, a normal thing. Which is why I do it now, because I don't care. Also, the cups have been a game changer for me, because it no longer feels like I have to run to the bathroom all the time, because everything feels terrible down there. Not in polite company, as they say. Yeah, not dinner time talk, you know? Finish my bow. Oh, yay! Good job, Curious. We also talk about poop. We do. Hold on. My puppy does that with anything. I put lotion on. Oh my god. Lotion, deodorant, cortisone cream. She's a menace. I love her. Coco, oh my god. I need to get her little book and write this down. I have little like memory books with both of the pets. With both Patch and Coco. Hang on, I'm literally making a note in my phone. Especially after a shower. She also was an armpit licker. Coco was like, wow, did you just put on deodorant? And she would just like slurp it. And you're like, girl, get away from my armpits. Morning, Emily. Have yet to get them to work for you. Honestly, Saren, certain shaped uteruses, different things work better for. And it's hard to know. I mean, also, because not to be like, you know, because you've had kids, you, certain cup sizes and shapes might be different because your uterus has functioned differently than those who have not had children. So, if you're trying a brand, see if they make ones for like people who haven't had kids and people who have. Sometimes that can make a difference just because of the way that it sits. Cups are so much better. They are. Yeah. Not something to bring up like the weather. Yeah, but you know what? Guess what? More than half the world menstruates. And the other half lives with people who menstruate or is around people who menstruate. And you know what? Like, you gotta get it. You gotta understand, or at least have like enough knowledge to not be, I don't know, a problem. I was raised to hide it, not talk about it. Yeah, now I don't care. Absolutely silly. Yeah, it was one of those things I was raised, again, not to hide it, but that I talk about that with my mom or with my doctor. If I could talk to my dad if I needed him to, like, get me a pad or, like, I could absolutely be like, hey, could you pick this up? But, like, I would not talk to him about, like, any problems I was having, if that makes sense. Coco was weird, but Maple is an armpit sniffer. Maple is a sniffer of armpits, yes. All up in your coach, especially. Oh my gosh, yes, Emily. If sometimes it was not necessarily when you were on your period, but it was like the time right before. I guess because like hormone smell is different, like around, you know, different periods in the cycle. Your hormones and your stuff smells different. So yeah, there were times where I'm just like, dog, get away. Yeah, you're all born from someone who menstruates. Guess what? Every single one of you. came from someone's uterus. Discs are good for people. They don't suction. They don't. It does depend on how your uterus, again, same thing. And a lot of companies are really good because obviously you can't return a menstrual product if you've tried it, if it's opened and like the seal is broken, which makes sense. You do not want to be buying a used menstrual cup. Gross, disgusting, terrible. But a lot of companies will still offer like a money back like option. So for instance, I wanted to try a disc because I wanted to see if I would like it better. Some people swear by them. My uterus is tilted. Some people's are tilted forward, some people's are tilted back, some people's are perfectly up and down. And because of that, I could not get the disc to sit right. And the awful thing was if I would sit down, not just on the toilet, right? Because some discs self-empty, which that scares me. But if I would sit down a certain way, it would empty. And I'm like, nope, can't be doing that. Made a person feel bad about it, I'd kick their ass, yeah. The guy that I dated before James, this man was great. You know, I hope that he's doing well in life. I did not, it didn't end, you know, we were together for 5 years. He was not the one. But he could not handle anything about periods. Anything at all. He was raised much more traditionally by his parents, and even like asking him to like, hey, can you, again, 5 years together in college, like if I was in the bathroom and I was like, hey, can you like grab me a pad? He'd be like, no. And I'm like, what do you mean no? Like, it's clean, it's not a used one. And he was just like, it took so long for him to be comfortable enough to even do that. And it's not, again, you know, some people, it's important to talk about it. It's important to be like educated and compassionate. And it's okay. Like, listen, you know, some people like to, you know, not to be like obtuse. Some people, they have no problem being with their partner when they're, and you know, some people do. And like, that's okay. I'm not going to be like, oh, you have to get over that. No, that's fair. It's a war zone down there. But like, you should be able to handle getting pads and tampons, like at the bare minimum. Be a partner who can support. Yes, I agree.
I found my people.
Circus disorder. Thank you for that follow. Welcome in. Better for the environment. They save so much money. Yes, I have cups and reusable pads. And of course, I have disposable pads in my purse because guess what? Sometimes you might be out. Sometimes you might be out in public and oh no. Well, bam, period. Because guess what? Cycles aren't normal than regular and sometimes it can happen. So I have those. What happens if you're out in public and so you're in the bathroom and some lady's like, oh my God, I got my period. Here you go. I have an extra. You know, like I always carry, I have a box of regular pads, but I've had that box of regular pads since we moved in 7 years ago. Like one box. Well, I'm chucking everything at you. Such a butt about it. Yeah. I made sure the younger brothers were better. Yeah. Yeah. What a time to come in. A perfect follow notification for this combo. Welcome. Welcome in. Yeah, you have to, and listen, I don't, even as someone who menstruates, if someone told me, hey, can you pick me up pads with like wings? Okay, I know what I'm looking for. Do you want overnight, super, light? Like there's so many options. You have to ask clarifying questions. You have to. You know, like, because sometimes there's too many options. They didn't know they could talk to their mom about it. Yeah. Yeah, there were certain things that, like, I didn't really want to talk to my parents about just because it felt like it was not that they would be mad about it or, like, upset with me. But just like, oh my god, I can't talk to my parents about that. And part of it feels like just being, you know, open. Hang on, this tickle is gonna kill me. Oh, golly. I'm grateful for that for you too, silly. I might grab a cough drop real quick. I like the idea of period underwear, but I use a laundromat. That's fair. I've been lurking in this. My first time chat is going to be about my tilted uterus. Honestly, iconic. I'm tilted too, okay? Are you tilted forward or back? Sorry, that's so weird to ask. Oh my god, Megan. I tilt backwards, which also can be why sometimes you get like lower back cramps more if you tilt backwards versus forwards. Fun fact. You want honey or I saw a guy who went to it was on like Instagram. He went to the store and he bought his wife pads, and then he went to a wing shop and got her wings. He's like, I got you like English wasn't his first language, and he's like, pads and wings. Is that boy? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's so sweet, Emily. Like, and that's the thing too, is learn, right? I know if I asked James right now, obviously he's not here, but if I asked him to go to the store and buy me pads, he would know exactly which ones to get. Yeah, thankfully you can grab a screenshot now and say, get this, yeah? I take a picture, yes, I do that too. I keep at least 3 to 4 in my purse, yeah. Constantly around people, yeah. Exactly. Backwards, samesies. Oh, that's great, Emily. Hang on, I'm still tilted Twitch Guild. Pads with wings, correct? I found a pad from the 2000s in it. Oh my god. Probably wouldn't offer that up, yes. You're tilted to the side. Interesting, Saren. Bless his heart, he tried. He did. It was thoughtful. Yes, unfortunately incorrect. It was so sweet though, especially when you realize that like it's not his native language, and he's like, wings, I know this, and pads, I know this, and it was just like, it was so like, she was giggling and it was so sweet and I loved it. Allison, honestly, your doctor's gonna tell you that. It's not something, at least I don't think that you can tell yourself. But your doctor will, when you like, you know, they know that. Not for long, Emily. I'm so excited for you. I'm so excited. Not the endometriosis bit, but the no longer having issues with that. Heck yeah. Always with the wings, on the little right of the middle. And also, I know that you would know which box it is. It's the ones now always makes like almost like a gel version of the pad. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but they're no longer like super thick, but they work like super thick pads, and they're great because they're less like, yeah, the foam, they're less, it feels less like you're wearing a diaper because it's not as like puffy. But I also found that I would break out because I normally spot before my period. And so having to wear pads before I started, during my period, and, you know, maybe like a day after, meant that I would like break out, and like because it was so irritating. which is why I use like cloth ones now. And that saves a lot of money, and it doesn't itch then. Couldn't find your cervix. That's concerning, Sarah. I can just picture. What do you mean you can't find it? Where did it go? Yeah, he also did get pads that had. Yeah, she got bonus wings. Oh, Emily. I'm so excited that you have endometriosis. Do you want me? Hold on, silly. I actually got my first new box in like 7 years. Oh god, that's zoomed in really close. Hang on. Wait. Boop! Flex foam. This one's on the lighter side. Well, it still says heavy flow. Oh, okay. It's the size. It's a size too. Okay, so it's heavy flow. But this guy, it's small. It's deceptive. But this thing, how long does it? They also make overnights, right? But like this, 10 out of 10. They don't cause the same irritation that the other ones do. We are talking about pads, you betcha. They make them in different lengths and they make them in different absorbencies. I've also tried the overnight ones, which work fine. But yeah. These ones are my favorite. Cause it doesn't feel like you're wearing a pad, but it also it does what it needs to do. It contains the mess, you know? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna try putting the face cam back on. They also make a cotton top flex foam. She's allergic to the rest, yeah. Right? If you didn't know, James, I'm curious if you knew this or not. They did not start testing period products with period blood until I want to say 2023? Is that correct? They would either use regular blood. They would use, and if you have a uterus, if you've ever menstruated, you know that period blood and regular blood are very different. Tomato juice is much more. Last night, I'm sitting on the phone. Some nights James and I will have like, dinner phone conversations since we're not together right now. I mean, we're together, but we're not together in like person, I should say. That made it sound weird. James is currently on Air Force orders. He hasn't been home for a while. That's what I mean. Anyway. And I was sitting there and I was like, huh. And he goes, what? I said, I don't remember inviting a jellyfish to dinner. And he's like, huh? And I was like, the old lava lamp jellyfish. And he goes, oh, the lava lamp. I've always equated it to a lava lamp, those little bloops. Because it's very much like a lava lamp, you know? It's all just hanging out together and then bloop! Not the gushers. I'm thinking of the candy now. Physically not together, emotionally occupied. Yeah. Physically not together, spiritually very much together and married. I love that you called it a jellyfish. I like sugar gushers. Yeah, the candy gushers are great. Period. But never mind. Anyway, we had a new friend join us. Welcome. We're doing some embroidery today. Are you a crafter if you're still here, or just a member of the Tilted Club? You know? James, that's a wild thing to... We welcome you and your tilted uterus to the moat. Oh. Of course you are. Evidently, there's a rattlesnake derby. A couple of towns away from James. I'm sorry, what? If not, what craft would you like to learn? Because I can give you some ideas. Real. The other day, when I was mowing and weed whacking, I saw a little garter snake. And I was like, oh my god, hi friend. And I waited for it to like go on its way. It was so cute. The little garden snakes. I love them so much. He was just like, oh god. Not the noisy machine. And I'm like, I'm sorry. That's a great way to get yourself killed. Imagining nope ropes on a leash now. It's, yeah. Okay. When we get back, because ads are about to play, when we get back, I can read you the itinerary, if you would like, of what is happening at the Rattlesnake Expo. Or the Rattlesnake Derby, sorry. Okay? So when we get back from ads... I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Howdy, partners. Are you ready to hear what's happening at the Rattlesnake Derby? Yeehaw! Alright. Well, every morning we start with a breakfast served at the Lodge and Snake Cafe. Apparently it's one of the biggest things in this. I neophyte, how are you? Alright. Next, hunter registration opens. I don't know what that's about. Then, rattlesnake buying platform opens. After the market opens, though. After the market opens is hunter safety meeting. Evidently, they go in a caravan. All right. Okay. Now, Saturday and Sunday have similar things that, oh, well, okay, all of them then have the flea market. The flea market opens. But don't you worry. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the snake pit opens. As does the butcher shop and cafe. But are you God-fearing Catholics? Because don't you worry, church service is at 10 on Sunday. Can you imagine all these people and their snakes sitting in a church? Because the flea market opens before. Okay, so those things are all the same during the day. There's another hunter safety meeting in the afternoon. Then the rattlesnake buying platform closes. Okay? Then there is live music, street dance. But Saturday at 2 p.m., they're crowning Miss Derby Princess. And there's a barbecue. At 4 p.m. on Sunday. All snakes must be turned in. In bold. At 4 o'clock, measuring and judging begins. And at 5:30, awarding of prizes and trophies. Oh, have anyone considered leaving the rattlesnakes alone? This is the whitest thing I've ever seen, and I've looked in the mirror. I'm not sure about hunting no snakes, but I love me a good flea market. Gets a free sample. Oh. Oh, heck yeah, barbecue. Sounds like a party now. Have y'all been to the Midwest? You literally hunt for things to do, so no, not surprised. I think the voice work just made the whole thing. Thank you. Apparently there's carnival rides too. I hope they're all snake themed. Also please don't go on any carnival rides. The last thing I need is you getting flung 50 feet out of some kind of weird carny contraption. Please don't. Thanks for the lurk. So sorry that you came in to Southern Snake Talk, but we're good now. Flung into the snake pit. Oh, Lord. This is... Alright. We're gonna do this stitch now. What I think that is fun about this, I'm sure the military would love that incident report. This is, all of a sudden, there's going to be a new, there's gonna be a new rule on base that no one can go to the rattlesnake derby. Oh. They would 100% make that a rule too. Oh, I know. Chat. Oh, really? Like basic, Emily, or like specialty school. Like James is in like a specialty school right now. Like he's learning a new like skill. He did basic when he was 18. One of the vendors is selling crochet stuff. Take a screenshot and send it to me. Some sort of specialty? Oh, cool. In San Diego or oh. I wonder what they're doing. So I just saw the mailman come to drop off a package. And I know what's in that package, and it's squishy mail. Should we go get it? Mention helping the planes land. Hope to get some stories when she comes back, yeah. No. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you'll never know what was in that package. Also, this loopy one's gonna be fun to do. I'll be right back. You guys are gonna like this. Unboxing, unboxing, unbagging. Oh, they're just normal crochet things. They're not snakes. Hang on. Hang on. Ooh. Oh, this is nice. It is a merino wool nylon blend. So I got 2 skeins of the Dalmatian yarn in worsted or DK. And I also got this blue in DK because the blue was a lot less money, and I had a coupon. It was like 20% off or something for like my first order. So all of this ended up being just over $110, I want to say. And then I also got one, this is sock weight or fingering weight. And that is to make like an amigurumi out of. Because they didn't have more of the DK. I could have bought, oh, this is good. This is nice. I really wanted to buy enough of this to make like a sweater. It is very soft, yes. One of the things that I really love with the Dalmatian print. Artie, I am so sorry. Come here. I'm gonna murder this thing. Come here. Let me fix this. Go ahead, go eat your food. I am so pissed off. She's wearing her tag that is supposed to make it so that she can eat her food. She just went in to eat it and it closed on her. I'm so mad. Here, you know what? Here you go, baby. Okay? I'm not even gonna make you deal with that thing anymore. Anyway, one of the things that I really liked is that there's also these like kind of very, very soft little pinkish moments. And that's like their nose or their ears or like the soft little pink bits of the puppies in between their paws or their toes or... Hang on, maybe you can see it. So this is very nice. I'm more upset that they don't have a freaking number to contact anyone. So I had to send an email and just hope that they get back to me. I bought it from Chewy, so I'm going to contact Chewy and be like, I need a refund. I'll send it back to you. I'm done with it. Honestly, one of the things I was thinking, the first one that we got, she didn't like it because the collar dangled and hit stuff. For $15, I can buy one of those collars off of Amazon. I'm gonna buy one, I think, and bust it open and see if I can't make a little, like, a soft thing that can hold the RFID chip in her like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of this dangly thing that hits, because that one worked fine. It was quiet, it wasn't loud when it opened and closed. It's just that she hated the dangle. Like, she was constantly scratching at it. She would leave the food bowl because she hated the way it sounded. So, I think that I might just spend $15. Like, she's hungry. She's sitting here eating now. I'm pissed. Because this one works really good at keeping Pippin out, but it shouldn't be keeping her out. It's literally registered. I'm, like, yelling at you guys as if it's, like, your... I'm not yelling at you guys. I'm yelling in general, but, like, like, your pet just left the auto feeder. Yeah, my pet left the auto feeder because it freaking closed on her. Like, if you look at the paired pets, I'm going to cover up most of her microchip number, but it says microchip ID. She has the collar too. You can have both, right? So the way that this is supposed to work, okay? The feeder reads both paired and unpaired chips and tags, okay? Or, I'm sorry, this feeder reads both paired microchips or tags, as well as unpaired tags and unpaired microchips. In this mode, we recommend that other pets in the household... Okay, so her microchip is paired to her, and the collar is paired to her. So the microchip shouldn't make it close, and the collar shouldn't make it close. So why is it closing? Let's see if I've heard back from the company. Oh, I did. Let's see. To confirm, Artemis has an embedded microchip and is wearing the RFID tag. You can only be paired with one or the other. It cannot be both. The feeder is picking up on the RFID tag and the microchip and is closing because it thinks an unpaired tag or chip is at the feeder. If you pair Artemis to the feeder via the RFID tag, but also has a microchip, you need to operate the feeder in closed mode and select the non-default option under the paired pet profile. This way the feeder will only ever read the paired RFID tag, and it will not close, and it also reads the microchip. So here's what I don't understand. Why would you... The issue is that I have to have it in closed mode and make it so that she has to stick her head in. And then it opens when she sticks her head in. But it's loud. I can try removing... Yeah. I can try removing the RFID tag. The only issue is, right, so I close it at night because I keep the door closed at night because I don't want Pippin to, like, somehow sneak in and, like, get any. So that's why I put the RFID tag on, because she wears collars fine, and it opens more, like, it never fails to read the RFID tag. Sometimes it fails to read her microchip, because I guess she might not be standing exactly right or whatever. So that was why I put the tag back on. Well, see, but here's the thing. If I remove the microchip pairing and I have it just to have the collar, if it reads her microchip, it will think it's a different cat and close. Because that's how it closes on Pippin. When Pippin sticks her head in, it reads her microchip and is like, that's the wrong cat, and it closes the door. So it has to be the microchip that stays. So I think for this, for it to be like a curvy line, I think that I need to have like 2 different strands. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure. In order to get like the best looking curve out of this. I don't know what to do. I don't know if we tried the old feeder because it was quieter and like try a different sort of chip. I don't know. I guess we'll try this. because I have it here now. I've only been doing it just because I've been nervous that Pippin's gonna outsmart it somehow. And I'm gonna wake up in the morning and find that she has eaten it all. If I'm being so for real. Also, have a safe drive home, Silly. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good weekend. At least for right now. Because I feel like Pippin... When Pippin knows that I'm not around, she gets extra sneaky. I mean, they both do in their own right. All of them do. And it's all made extra tricky by the fact that, like, what I could do is just have the feeder register to Artie to open by her microchip, and I could have the RFID tag. I could put it on Pippin so that it closes whenever she approaches, but Pippin won't wear a collar. Yeah, the other machine also... I mean, to be fair, I haven't... guys, the Easter Bunny's in chat. To be fair, I have not set up the food portion yet of this feeder. I've just been putting her food in it from her old one. Because I didn't feel like cleaning out all the mechanical parts again. So, I don't know if this one makes any sound, but there's no option to, like, record your own sound. So, I like that the other one, I could have it make the same sound as the old machine, because I could just record the old machine making the sound. It just seems like the less expensive one had more options, which is wild. Hooray! Herringbone time! Yeah. I have to see if I can figure out a way to make this collar work. Because if I can't figure out a way to make the collar work, then it's not going to work. And I feel bad because she's getting used to this one. She is such a pacifist. She's like, no, that's okay. And I'm like, girl, no. So this one, I think that there's like a specific order. Herringbone. Oops. Let's see. Do you have a certain order? Okay. Oh. Fun for you. All right. Oh, yeah, that's going to be fun. So I know in the past people have asked me about like splitting my thread when I do cross stitches, and I mentioned it's to get the threads to lie flat. It's extra important to do that when you are doing embroidery, because the stitches are normally really long. And so if your stitches, or if your thread is like rolled, it'll show. So it's a really good idea to like split down the middle of the thread so that it makes it lie nice and flat on the long stitches. So that just means putting your needle in between the two strands, and that keeps it like the left strand on the left side and the right strand on the right side. It doesn't matter on all of the stitches, but mostly, like, especially on the long ones, you want to pay attention. Technically, this kit told me to use 3. I'm using 2, which is probably why you can see a little bit of the blue behind. But if I use 2, I can do a loop start, and I'm doing this for practice reasons, not for covering up reasons. So I'm looking to make it easier on myself. Different kits will tell you different things too. Like on the next one, if you want, like on the next page that we do, I can use the recommended 3. You'll see the difference. I like this stitch a lot. It is fun to make. It looks pretty. Yeah, I feel like it depends on the pattern. And a lot of times it doesn't matter unless you're doing something like this. Like if you're just doing straight stitches, if you're just like doing filler, if that makes sense. If you're just doing like a filler, you can use however many strands you want because you're just gonna have to fill it in. Yeah, this is technically a sampler. It's like an embroidery like stitch sampler, and it came with like a bunch of different style. Like this one is the basics. If you can do these stitches, then you can do anything. And so I already knew how to do these. There are some stitches on the other pages that I have not done before, but I figured why not start at the beginning on this stream, let everybody see. We can definitely do the other pages on other days. I'm down to do it if you guys are enjoying this. And then when it's all done, they gave you like an actual embroidery thing, basically to take all the stuff that you just learned and put it together. So like here are some of like the other embroidery stitches. Hang on. No worries. No worries at all. Catnipped out of his mind. That's great, honestly. And then it gives you boop. It gave you like this, like, congrats, you learned it. Now make this pretty thing. It's very simple and its creator is right here. Hi, it's me. I believe in you. Honestly, you could do either of them, and I'm happy to help you with either. Obviously, with the Norman one, I know the pattern a little bit better. Well, I mean, I know I made the pattern, so. But I am happy to answer questions about the other kit that you have. Welcome back. Pick a, oh, okay. Let us see this Kit Kat. Now, not that there needs to be a reason, but was there a reason for this? Was there a reason that we were funneling catnip directly into... Ah, I see. Okay. Today is not the brain day for it. Nope, that's fair. There are plenty of days where I'm like, I'm going to work on this project, and then I'm like... Today is not the day. That looks so pretty. Guess what? I'm not cutting this strand. Uses her paw. That's so cute. What gremlin creatures? I love them all. So would you all like me to work on the other pages of this kit? There's actually 1, 2, 3. There's 4 more. And like we can keep learning new stitches together. Yes, please. I would, yes. Okay. Okie dokie. I'm good with that. Ta-da! Herringbone stitch. What you doing? Hi. Ooh. I have my last night of leftovers, and then I don't know what I'm gonna make for the weekend. Hi, Pippin. What are you doing? What's up? Do you want to come here? Hi. Come here. Ugh. Ugh. Look at this baby. precious baby. Hi. Who's the little food stealer? Who's the reason I've got a bunch of expensive things? I think it's you. Well, yeah, that way's not gonna work so good, huh? Oh, you're gonna go, okay. Sure. That's fine. She's a goob. She's a goober. Who's a good little gremlin? Who is my sweet little monster? You know, I wonder if with embroidery, if there's like a quote-unquote correct way to do cross stitches. Is it down the row or is it one at a time? Let's see. It's one at a time, it looks like. Oh my god. Speaking of good gremlins, look at her. She broke that tissue box the other day when she jumped down. She jumped down from the window and landed directly on the tissue box with her back legs, and it just like... Ooh, pizza. Pizza sounds good. She is beauty, she is grace. She'll kick that tissue box in its face. Interesting. In this book, it says to do a row and then come back. But you can also work them single. A Pidgey. Oh, I have to attach my egg. That's what my body's been screaming at me about. Wait. Sorry. Ooh, bread recipes. Alright, I gotta complete 3 missions. Oh, heck yeah, I just snuck in there. Catch event Pokemon. Miss. Oh, I gotta miss one more catch. Okay. And I also have to catch 2 more event Pokemon. Okay. I'm good at missing too. It's interesting. So this just goes to show that there's like literally no one right way to do anything. One pattern says that you should make the first leg of your cross stitch leaning right like I do. This book says to do it leaning left. It doesn't really matter. I need to figure out my camera situation. It's already midnight. Oh yeah, it's 6 o'clock here. Time has flown. I didn't even ask if anyone has any weekend plans. Does anyone have any weekend plans? I'm gonna do things around here. Well, I'm going to my parents tomorrow to watch Maggie. And then I'm gonna do laundry and just take it easy because I desperately need to just take it easy. Ooh, I will go look at the embroidery here in a sec. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that cutie little fox. Oh, I love it. For the first time in a while, not orchestra. How were the performances? I don't think I asked you. Oh, Hadestown. Slightly obsessed with. I've also loved but never seen. Oh, cool. I hope that you have a great time. Small business market tomorrow, mainly resting and being productive. Yes. Productivity hype. We got this. I believe in us. Finally getting a couch. Yay! Oh, ads, hush. Go away, please. I'm almost done. I'm just gonna finish up the cross stitch bit and then we shall call it for this stream. Thank you all for hanging out. I know that we kind of, things were a little bit up and down today. Because bodies just be like that sometimes, but nevertheless, I appreciate y'all hanging out. I will be off this weekend, and I will be back on Monday. And I think the plan is to work on the knitting, because I am really excited about how that's coming along, and I would very much like to finish that project. So I think that that's what we're going to do on Monday. Oh no. Slightly wrong with like, oh no. I had to adjust for it. It wasn't over. Oh, okay, good. Oh. Sweet baby. Good job. Spring cleaning? Yeah, I gotta do that. I really need to clean in this office. Pippin. I know that you just realized where her food is. Stop. Go ahead, go get it. Nothing cracks me up quite so much as her being like, I'm gonna eat this food. Wait, why is it closing? Don't be such a food stealer. She wore a bow tie to match. So the feeder just opened back up. And she's like staring at it now. Like, do I try again, or maybe that's also why I keep it closed at night, if I'm being honest. Is because I don't know what it will do if she just keeps like pestering and like trying over and over and over again. Like, I feel as though it'll continue to just close, but oh, planning things to help me with it. Oh, I love that. I love that you're planning some stuff to help. I hope it helps too. We're always in your pocket if you need to chat. I don't know if that helps or not, but you're not alone. And we definitely understand. So there's like the difference between doing one cross at a time and then doing like, or one stitch at a time, and then this is like going back and forth down it. I hope that you have so much fun, Smoothie. And that the show was amazing. You guys can't see what I'm doing. All right. Well, honestly, all things considered, my body rebelling against me and a couple minutes late because I had to sit with the cat so she could eat. We did decent. We did okie dokie. Boop. Oh, right. Boop. So funny to like put my camera back where it normally is, because what do you mean that's so far away? So we just have 2 more left on this page. And then we have a bunch on the other pages, so that'll be fun. Maybe we'll work on it a little bit more next week. kind of down to mix it up a little if you guys are. Sometimes I don't really know. It feels like changing what I do is like a bad thing sometimes. Sometimes it feels like it's a good thing. I don't know. Like yesterday, I was vibing. I was having such a good time playing Animal Crossing. But I made the mistake of accidentally opening a Twitch email. And evidently I was like one of the only ones vibing. So it's tricky for me to know sometimes, like, I don't know, the right call, what to do. If I continue to do variety, if I lock in the focus a little more, I don't know. I'm always open to hear what you guys think. Because, like, this content is for you. I can always work on specific crafts or games or stuff on my own time. Like, it doesn't have to be a stream thing, so I don't know. You got me back into it. I love that. No, I had a great time yesterday, so, like, you know, nuts to the numbers. I don't really... Whatever. I'm not pushing partner or anything like that anytime soon, so... Whatever. I had fun. So, yeah. You too? You enjoy? No, so you guys don't have to talk. It's just that, like, there were... My average view count, because again, I accidentally opened an email I thought I had deleted, was 13. My average count has come down quite a lot in the last couple of, like, I don't know. I don't know, genuinely. So, but I enjoyed it. So I'm going to keep doing it, and hopefully other people enjoy it too. I don't know. It feels kind of like the, Instagram algorithm where the points are made up. No, everything's made up and the points don't matter. No, it doesn't feel like anything... Like anything actually makes sense. So, you know... But I hope you all enjoyed stream today. I enjoyed it. So true, Drew Carey. Yeah. We'll definitely work on this sometime next week too. But until then, I hope that you have a lovely weekend. Remember to eat something tasty, to drink some water, to take any meds that you have to take, to be kind... Credits? There we go. To be kind to yourself and other people. Remember you are loved. I will see you all on Monday. We're going to be working on the knit sweater. We will definitely work on this some more. I'm excited to do some of the stitches that I haven't tried before. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. So I will see you guys on Monday. Come hang out in Discord if you'd like. Here's my socials. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye.